All right, let's talk negotiation today. You're my client. We've been in a tough negotiation in order to lock up a contract on a property that you're really quite excited about. So we're now at home inspection, and you've been stretched. You've had some tough negotiation with the seller, and you're ready to bring them a notice for home inspection that'll knock their socks off, and you kind of want to get back. Here's why we're going to talk about this is there's so many clients, all of your clients really, have a preconceived idea of how a negotiation should occur. And most of us have a default mechanism about negotiation that's all about me getting mine, about winning. And it's very much a short-term view of what negotiation should be. Your job as an agent is to help your client understand that it's a much bigger perspective they need to have. And the rubber band dialogue is all about that. So the scenario is what it is, and you're going to have this conversation with your client as you're preparing your notice to give to the other side, the listing agent, and see if you can get some things fixed on the property, some important things. And the dialogue is a little bit like this. As we prepare this notice, as I prepare this, I want to put it together in such a way that it's going to allow you to get as much as you possibly can from the seller. Now, sellers are kind of like rubber bands. You can stretch them, and sometimes you can actually stretch them further than you would have ever imagined. But at a certain point, the rubber band breaks. And the problem with that is when the relationship breaks in this transaction, we've got a lot of other things that we need to negotiate with this seller. So we want to stretch them as far as we can, not break them, so that we can get through perhaps a low appraisal that might come in. And we got to get through that and have some give from them. In fact, a lot of give from them if there's a low appraisal. We're going to have to get through a final walkthrough. We're going to have to get through settlement. If there's any other things that need some tweaking, we need someone on the other side who is not completely averse to talking to us. So let's stretch them as far as we can and not break them. Now, that dialogue reframes for them what the goal is. It's to get as much as you possibly can. That's your job as the agent. And it's to maintain the relationship, because we got another human being on the other side of this who we want to keep engaged. Now, the reality is, anytime you send a home inspection or a low offer or whatever it is, you're going to elicit oftentimes an emotional response from the other side. And that's understandable. That's just part of negotiation. That's part of life. But you don't want that emotion to cause them to make completely irrational decisions and to disengage from your client. That's the rubber band dialogue. It's going to make you indispensable when it comes to helping guide your folks through the big picture of a transaction. And it'll also help them understand that you are working on their behalf at every turn, right? Part of this dialogue is, I'm really excited to go get everything I can. I'm going to stretch them as far as I can. And we're going to craft this great notice in a way that is very reasonable and gives a lot of clarity. When you do that, you win big, you become indispensable to your clients. They refer you like crazy. Have a great day.